Welcome back to the channel. Today, it's WrestleMania 24, the watch along. Hey, it's Scott Barrett, and welcome back to The Burning Truth. And I'm joined once again on episode 365 of The Burning Truth with the main man, the man who's never missed an episode. It's Matt Burns, everybody.
I'm feeling it, though. I'm feeling it. But,
feeling it.
Just so you know, right now, if you watch an episode a day, we'll see you next year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got enough for an entire year if you watch or listen to an episode a day. So absolutely fantastic. Well done, Matt Burns. Quite an achievement. That 365. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, and there you go. Lado's got the round of applause on. Right, so here's what we're doing today. We've got a watch along of WrestleMania 24. An amazing WrestleMania. And one that I am fairly fond of from memory, but haven't watched since the actual event. Some of the stuff we've got a Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got, this is a throwback. We've got Kane versus Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title.
Oh, I remember
We've got Batista versus Umaga. We've got Beth Phoenix versus Ann Melina versus Maria and Ashley. We've got Randy Orton versus John Cena versus Triple H for the WWE Championship. Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show. Yes, that's this WrestleMania. We've got Edge versus The Undertaker in the main event, and the match that we're all really here to see. JBL versus Finlay in a Belfast brawl. Just kidding. It's Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair in the career-threatening match, which I think we're really excited to watch, Matt Burns, right?
That's the one you're guaranteed to shed a tear.
Yeah, I think we might have a cry watching that. But this is a watch along, so we want you to watch along with us. We're here to provide alternate commentary or a second screen experience. So what do they need to do to play along, Matt Burns?
Very easy. Very easy. All you need to do is get WrestleMania 24 ready on Peacock, Netflix, DVD, or however you want to watch it. Cue it to the very start of the event. When we count down 3, 2, 1, play. Hit play at the same time as us. From there, we'll guide you through every match with live reactions, insight, and some classic wrestling trivia and some modern trivia if necessary.
Absolutely. This clock in the corner right here, or in the center of your screen rather, will be the counter for our stream of the episode. So if you follow that and sync your time up to this clock just here, you'll be on track with us and watching the episode. We'll pause and regroup anytime we need to. If you're listening on the podcast, we will shout out the time at regular intervals so you can watch along.
You beat me to it there, right there.
Yeah. While you're getting it set up and you're starting to get WrestleMania 24 wired up for yourself, here's what you can do. You can find us on our YouTube page. We're desperately trying to get to 1,000 subscribers currently. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's free. And subscribe to our YouTube, The Burning Truth 251. Also, you can find us on any of the social medias while I'm talking about it. All you have to do is type in The Burning Truth and look for the championship belt above us. Just look for the belt or behind Matt Burns because he lives in a house with a giant belt behind him.
Love it.
I think, Matt Burns, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing loaded up and start watching WrestleMania 24.
Shall we?
Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Play. And here we go. Starting off with these, I imagine the US's version of the Red Arrows going over the stadium. Where was this one, Matt Burns? Any ideas?
This one, if I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head. It California, was Florida.
Oh, right. This was
Florida. It was the Florida Citrus Bowl.
the citrus palm. And now I've got the dulcet tones of the main man. Not Joey Legend, John Legend. Right. So interesting match this one then, Matt Baines. Interesting show, rather. I haven't watched this since the first time it was on. So all that time ago, in 2009, I watched this, and I have not watched any of it since.
Not 2009.
Oh, 2008. I apologize.
It was March 30th. March 30th, 2008.
Wow. And I haven't watched this since, so we'll see what's coming. Have you got anything to eat while we watch this tonight, Matt Baines?
Wow, I've actually got some fruit with me, some strawberries.
Nice, very nice. I've got sweet chili chicken tortilla wrap from our friends at Morrison's. Other supermarkets are available.
That's a win. But I've also got some certain biscuits, you know, the old legendary moo cow biscuits.
Other biscuits are available.
Yeah.
I've just realised this is full of carrot, which is my worst nightmare. Why would you put carrot in with sweet chili chicken?
Well, the tagline for this WrestleMania is the biggest WrestleMania under the sun.
Not the biggest stadium they've had WrestleMania in, but still a massive place.
Oh, still massive, yeah. Would you like me to give you the attendance, or do you want WrestleMania to tell it you?
No, by all means, give us the attendance.
It was 74,635.
I can't believe there's carrots in this. It's ruined it for me.
Ooh. So basically, you know, your food's done a heel turn on you.
It has. It's carrots like my kryptonite.
Ooh.
Woo! This was WrestleMania 24, right?
Yeah.
So Flair returned to the company sometime between WrestleMania 17 and 18.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania 18, he wrestled.
Was it 18? I'm just double checking it. Was it 18?
Undertaker at WrestleMania 18, was it?
Just checking it now for us.
Just thinking about who Flair wrestled at the WrestleManias leading up to this. So he did. Oh my God, there's so much carrot on that.
I think 18 was the Icon versus Icon, which ended up being.
Yeah. So who did Flair wrestle?
You're right, Taker.
Yeah, Taker at 18. At 19, I can't remember who he wrestled at 19. 20 was the 3-on-2 match with Evolution and Mick Foley. Yeah. So who did he wrestle at 19? Or did he just accompany Triple H?
Just accompany.
So then 20, he wrestled in that 3-on-2 match with The Rock and Sock Connection and Evolution.
Yeah, that was 20. 21 was the Hollywood.
Did he have that one? Was he in a Money in the Bank match at some point as well? I'm sure he was in a Money in the Bank match.
He was accompanying Triple H again against Batista at Hollywood.
22.
I'm just looking it up now quickly.
I think he was in a Money in the Bank match at some point.
I do remember him being in one. Huh. Yes, he was.
22.
22.
So 22 was the Money in the Bank. 23, I'm not sure. And then 24, obviously the career-threatening, he said life-threatening match. That was his actual Ric Flair's last match. But the career-threatening match was 24. So.
Right.
We're all here to see this, Matt Burns.
He actually did a dark match 23.
All right, okay.
It was him and Carlito versus Gregory Helms and Jolivo.
Oh, okay.
In a lumberjack match.
More importantly, though, it's now time for the wrestling god. It's JBL, baby. I love the JBL character so much.
It's so fun.
I hated him at the time, you know.
Oh yeah,
but on like going back now and thinking about it, I absolutely love him. Yeah. So good because he got it right. He really is a good heel. He doesn't want to be a cool heel. He wants to be a heel.
Yeah, I think you just hit it right. Just
oh my god, I forgot about this. So here we go. We've got Hornswoggle as Vince McMahon's son.
That was such a bad angle.
Awful. I forgot all about it. I'm getting the video package now of JBL beating the crap out of Hornswoggle. All the way slam into the cage. There's just no need for it.
Not needed. Listen. You know, JBL might be upset, but listen, are you that upset of Hornswoggle? That you know, was he jealous of Hornswoggle because he wanted to be in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Wow, topical as well, that Matt Burns.
Of course, no. But the weird thing about it is, he actually was in the defense of dwarf actors. Hornswoggle was. He actually spoke out about it. Very, very vocal. He was absolutely against the whole CGI.
Hornswoggle's not his son.
Ooh.
Smile, Bradshaw, smile. And here comes Finlay. And he loves to fight.
He's actually somebody I miss on TV.
Really?
Yeah. He wasn't terrible. Do you know what I mean? He could wrestle really well. But he got taken off because of a certain individual said, "He looks too old, get him off the TV."
Right, as Finlay's making his way to the ring, for those that are listening along and not watching along and can't see the big clock, we're heading up to the 10-minute mark now, so you can sync your clocks. We're at 9 minutes 57, 58, 59, 10 minutes, ding, ding, ding. So make sure you're watching along with us as Finlay tries to roll in the ring and gets cut off by Bradshaw. A couple of big kicks.
Oof.
No disqualifications or countouts in a Belfast brawl.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not sure there's ever been a Belfast brawl before or since. Certainly not in Orlando. Oh, Bradshaw takes a big shot into the steel steps.
I'm just trying to look into the Belfast Brawl.
What the history of? I don't think you'll
Yeah.
find much. I don't think you'll find much, mate.
Basically, a Belfast Brawl match was just a standard hardcore match.
Yeah, basically. I'll tell you what is an interesting question, Matt Burns, and I'll put it out to you and to anyone in the chat. Do we think this? Oh dear, big shot with the trash can. Do we think this was the right choice to open the show? So there's a lot of story in this, and obviously it's a hardcore match, Belfast Brawl, something to pop the crowd potentially. But is Finlay and JBL the best idea or the best opener they've got based on the card that we've talked through? Finlay takes another big shot with that trash can lid.
I'm just trying to think. Are we including the dark match or no?
What was the dark match?
The dark match was a 24-man battle royale to determine the number one contendership for the ECW Championship.
Oh, right. Okay. I imagine that was on some sort of pre-show or...
It was sort of on like... it was a pre-show broadcast.
Yeah.
Technically. So that ended up being like aired for free.
Yeah.
Which
in
case you want to know who won, Kane.
Of
course.
So Kane versus Chavo. Maybe we should have had that as the opener.
Not sure.
We've got a Money in the Bank ladder match coming up. We've got Batista and Umaga. We've got two huge world title matches. We've got the triple threat, which was John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. We've also got Edge and The Undertaker. We've got Floyd Mayweather in the Big Show. Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. I would have probably opened with either this or the Money in the Bank ladder match, personally. I know they've opened with ladder matches in other years. Oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
Put the tin on his head and then punch through it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Almost a hammer slammer.
See what you did there.
Thanks.
The weird thing about it is with this is Finlay loves the fight as the
I love the fight.
Yeah. But the good thing about him is, right, I mean, this is what I found annoying is the fact that he got taken off because he supposedly looks old. He can still fight. He can still put a hit on somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, WWE's always been, the next youth movement, and it's always been about, even going back to the new generation, it was all about getting younger stars in and over. We did the same thing in Ruthless Aggression. We did the same thing in the PG era. Every time there's a new era, we want a new young crop of stars to come through.
The look there.
Oh, it's with the shillelagh, which I'm not sure is a real thing. I've got a friend who's Irish. And he's never heard of a shillelagh. I mean, these days, if they did a Belfast Brawl, it'd be sponsored by Guinness, wouldn't it? They wouldn't miss a chance to advertise. They would not miss a chance to advertise.
Advertised by Guinness and Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they'd have it plastered all over the mat. I'm not mad about that, though. The advertisements and stuff. It doesn't hurt me.
It's business.
Absolutely. Vimto Energy 0 tonight, Matt Burns.
Monster.
White Monster. Other energy drinks are available for these late night watch-alongs. Ooh, the Burning Truth late night watch-alongs featuring Matt Burns and Scott Barrett. It's a little bit sexy, wasn't it, though?
No, where the talks get real.
I've got another wrap, but I'm not eating it because it's got carrot in it. I'm really annoyed about that. Sweet chili chicken, and it's got carrot in. Dirty bastards.
One person I will say was I absolutely miss seeing wrestlers is JBL.
I just miss his character work.
Oh, so good.
He knew when to get over and when to be beaten.
I loved the transition he did.
Oh yeah.
The fact is, if I look back, I remember at the time I absolutely hated it. It's like it doesn't make sense and everything. But now looking back, I look back at it, it's like that is one of the greatest transitions anyone's ever done.
It was another way to get $1 Million Man style character onto TV. I think JBL character is one of the closest characters we get to Vince McMahon's actual personality in wrestling. We obviously got the $1 Million Man gimmick, which he based on himself, and then this JBL was the second tread of it. But if you think about the characters that JBL portrayed over the years, that's fair, fair shot. As Finlay dives through the second and top rope for a tope suicida and got absolutely taken out by JBL in a bin lid. Oof. Think about the characters JBL had. He came out as Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yep.
And he was just going to be Justin Bradshaw. He added the Hawk because he thought he was going to end up working in Japan afterwards. And he wanted a short, cool name that he could get over in Japan. So that's why he chose Hawk. And I know LOD, Road Warriors, already had Hawk and Animal. But just took Hornswoggle out with that pen. So he decided on Hawk, and he managed to get that in, Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Then transitioned to Bradshaw because, Vince McMahon loves shortening names.
Yep. He does.
And was that Justin Hawk Bradshaw? Was that when they were tagging him up with Stan Hansen?
Might have been.
And they were the new Blackjacks, or was it? It wasn't. No, might not have been. That might have been Wyndham. Was it with Wyndham, and they were the new Blackjacks?
No. I think I'm actually wondering that now.
Might have been Wyndham.
He was. I find even weirder that he even used the name Johnny Hawk.
Yeah.
He's also been Death Mask as well.
Really? Interesting.
But his name John Hawk was his first wrestling gimmick. That was his first wrestling gimmick. As he was the storyline cousin of the Wyndham brothers.
Yeah, so Barry Wyndham.
As the
and that's how they got the new Blackjacks.
He formed a tag team with Bobby Duncombe Jr. as the Texas Mustangs. And that was under Global Wrestling
big clothesline from hell. Yeah, he didn't just do that, though, did he? So he moved on to being Bradshaw. We got the tag team with Ron Simmons, the Farouk as the Acolytes, and then the Ministry of Darkness, and then onto the APA. And then into this sort of JBL role, which suited him by far better than anything else they'd done.
It wasn't just that. It sort of the transition was like he turned himself into like a J.R. Ewing, character,
which is I think how Vince McMahon sees himself.
Which I thought brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I think what was really, really smart is they did it right about the time when JBL was doing work in the stock market.
Yeah, or we're at least starting to hear about it.
Yeah. And the thing is with him,
boom, massive.
The interesting thing about it is he didn't just elevate himself; he elevated others. But did you know what the alternative name was for a short time was of the
What?
clothesline from Al? He actually renamed it because when he became JBL, he decided, he changed it to the clothesline from Wall Street.
Bit close to Michael Wall Street, that one.
No, but then he changed it back because he just goes, it doesn't have that razzmatazz.
That's fair. Got the blimp in the sky, Matt Burns.
Hey.
Kim Kardashian. Drop a bit of Kardashian knowledge on you there, Matt Burns. I know who it is.
I know who it was straight away.
They're not the only lips I've seen. Yeah. Oh no. Wait, it's Ken Kennedy. It's very LA night though, isn't it?
For Luke.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Everybody say. Even the catchphrase about his name. It's you say we retread things, mate. It's identical. Even down to the catchphrase about his name. And here comes the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now listen. Second match of the night now. Here we come. It's the Money in the Bank ladder match. Featuring Matt Burns. You ready for a breakdown of who's in it?
Oh, I know who's in it.
Yeah, so we've already seen Mr. Kennedy backstage. We've got John Morrison, we've got MVP, Carlito, Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, and one voice of the voiceless before he was famous, CM Punk. So this is pre Straight Edge Society CM Punk, pre Nexus, pre WWE champion, all those things. This is a very green CM Punk.
This was him not long coming from, or is he still ECW?
Yeah, ish, I think. We're in the transition now. This is the time, I think, where ECW and SmackDown are sort of sharing stars. Hence Kane and Chavo Guerrero. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be jacked. So now on reflection, we just watched this JBL versus Finlay Belfast brawl, Matt Burns. Was that the right choice to open the show?
It's tough because the usually say you meant to be like up, down in some cases. I'm in between with it now because I am actually wondering if this should have opened.
Money in the Bank matches have opened a lot of WrestleManias, right? Or a few at least, anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny hearing this music now, isn't it? Because he's become so synonymous with the cult of personality again. His old indie theme.
Oh, yeah. I am just checking on a fact right now.
What?
An individual in this match,
Yeah,
has still got an unbeaten record.
Unless you tell me what the record is, mate. I can't tell you if I know.
I can't say because we don't do spoilers.
Well, I mean, okay. This was 21 years ago. You know that, right?
I know. Do you want me to say it?
No, it's fine. Let's. You can tell us after the bell.
I'll tell you after battle, but it's definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you remember it,
I've got it, mate. I know exactly where you're going. Great minds and all that.
oh yeah,
Money in the Bank briefcase before they gimmicked the hell out of it with the spray paint or whatever. Kennedy. JR commentary at WrestleMania as well. At WWE, it just feels right, doesn't it? If you are watching along on YouTube, we're going to take a break from about 9:50 p.m. UK time until 10 o'clock. We're going to kick back in at 10 p.m. on a separate stream. So make sure, if you're not already, you're subscribed to the channel below, so you get the link to the second part of this. We're going to do part 2 tonight as well. Here comes the United States champion. Very young MVP.
yeah.
MVP. I don't get it. I never did, you know.
For a minute, then I just think someone there miscued his fireworks. Then
No, I never got it though. MVP. I never got the whole. I don't know.
in all fairness,
How do you rate him?
me,
Yeah,
I actually think he's very interesting. I feel as though he's done more efforts elsewhere.
I feel like he's a better manager than a wrestler.
It's a weird one because with me, MVP did. I feel as though he did the whole gimmick that he did was originally debuted in Deep South Wrestling.
Right.
That he had. But I thought he did some great work when he went to New Japan. He did some work for Major League Wrestling, Ring of Honor. I just felt as though he was more noticeable on the indie scene, on the non-WWE scene.
So we've had the United States champion, and now we've got the Intercontinental champion making his way down to the ring. And who else could it be if he was the Intercontinental champion than Chris Jericho with a record amount of reigns? Is he an 8-time, 7-time Intercontinental champion? Jericho. And you can just see the stadium completely filled with fog there from some of these daft fireworks and entrances that they've done. Yeah, I feel really sorry for the guys in the cheap seats because they can't see a bloody thing probably now.
I'm just trying to think if it's how many it is.
What, Jericho's Intercontinental title reigns?
9.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. What did I say, 7 or 8?
Yeah, his record was 9.
I mean, I was in and out of watching at this point, if I'm honest, in my fandom. So I'm not surprised that I missed this reign. I wasn't really watching WWE regularly during this time, which is why probably I've only watched it once and then never had a repeat watch of this WrestleMania 24.
You can't complain though. You can't complain that just get being off by 1.
Yeah,
Put yourself some slack.
Did pretty well there. If you're listening along, we're currently at 30 minutes and 6, 7, 8 seconds on this watch along of WrestleMania 24, 2008. If you're using us as a alternate commentary for the match, although Jim Ross is commentating this with Jerry the King Lawler, and it doesn't get any better than that. So
I am just going to say this to you right now. I'm getting rid of flashbacks from last night.
Did you get a lot last night, Matt Beans?
Oh no! I was in a Rumble match last night. Somebody got that absolutely confused. I thought he was R-Truth.
Oh, went for the
He came
ladder.
in with the ladder, started twirling it around, hitting everybody. I'm like,
Oh, John
what is
Morrison,
he
what are
doing
you
here?
doing here? John Morrison up to the top
Oh, I
rope,
remember
going to
that.
do a moonsault to the outside with the ladder. And that's that ladder that wouldn't close either. That was really
Yeah.
dangerous, you know.
I could have gone so wrong.
If he'd hit me with that, he'd have bloody known about it, let me tell you.
A few receipts.
Just one big one.
And maybe some change.
Okay, so question for this one. I'm going to post it in the chat as well in case anybody fancies answering it. But the question I've got is, which superstar from this match should have had a bigger push? And there's only one right answer.
Who should have had a push?
Yeah, who should have had a better push?
Jericho didn't need a bigger push because he's Jericho. MVP in WWE, I never saw him as a main eventer. Mr. Kennedy, yes, he's brash and everything, but for me personally, I feel as though when it came to that original idea that he was going to do for his gimmick, it sort of fell through. So that was
I'll give you a
already
hint, Matt Burns. He's just climbed that second ladder. And there ain't no stopping him. No. You know, I think he's a big missed opportunity in this era, Shawn Benjamin.
You know what? You spoiled me actual answer.
Have I, mate? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because what I was going to do is let's just go. John Morrison is I wouldn't say he was main event material, but he was always a good hand.
Oh, lovely that Shawn Benjamin with a Tower of Doom up and over for the sunset flip onto Mr. Kennedy, who then suplexed John Morrison out of the ring pretty much.
The thing is, Shelton Benjamin was always great hand, phenomenal, but he added I feel as though he should have been given more than what he had.
Yeah.
Because the matches he had against Shawn.
And do you know what? Every time they had one of these matches, you came out of it going, bloody hell, Shelton Benjamin's good, isn't he?
Yeah. The fact that he managed to balance himself on the middle rope with no hands.
Here goes Punk. The Second City Saint. Kennedy. It is interesting, though, the parallels. I know I said it in jest earlier on, but if you think about, Kennedy versus LA Knight and the similarities between the two characters.
I think the difference is how they carry themselves after. How they carry themselves outside or on shows.
GTS Shelton Benjamin.
I feel as though LA Knight was more liked in the locker room than Kennedy.
You realize we've got Joey Styles, You realize we've got Joey Styles on commentary as well, right?
Oh my God! We do.
Oh. Carlito, before he was jacked, climbing the ladder. Up goes MVP. It's interesting, isn't it? So MVP and Carlito both took a huge hiatus from WWE and are now both on, regularly on the two, arguably the two biggest wrestling programs in America every week. MVP's on Dynamite every week, or most weeks. Carlito's on Raw most weeks.
MVP seems to be in his natural role
as a manager.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to watch AEW every week. I only generally now follow Tony Storm's stuff. But I'm aware he's over there. And Shelton and
Bobby
Lashley, they're the tag champs now, are they, over there?
Yep.
That feels like a bit of a waste of Bobby Lashley. I'm not going to lie.
It is a little bit, but it's actually done AEW a big favor.
Really?
Yeah, it actually freshened up the tag division.
Okay. And I heard FTR made waves this week, right?
Oh, just a little bit. Just
Talk
a
us
little
through
bit.
it then.
They actually turned on the most recent pay-per-view on long-time best buddy of FTR, Cope, aka Edge.
Edge is not good at picking friends.
Oh no. How this happened? Oh, all I'll say to you is they actually did an angle correct.
Did they?
An injury angle correct.
What do you mean, injury angle?
Spike pile driver.
Oh, they're taking him out, have they?
Oh, viciously.
Oh, so he's got a few months off to film something now, has he? Or
I think no. I think they've done this just to set FTR on a massive heel.
Oh, right, to be the number one heel tag, like.
Yeah, and believe me, it really, really has. Because with it, when they did it, hang on.
Jericho putting that Walls of Jericho on at the top of the ladder.
I know that he was hesitant in doing this.
He'd done it before, hadn't he?
No, he is, but he says he's always hesitant doing it because the risk of if that other person does not hold on, he's going off.
Goes down head first, doesn't he?
Pretty much. And I find it interesting with Jericho. He was actually the one who supposedly to the crowd is the one who sort of invented it.
Oh, CM Punk, brilliant. Colito, the same.
Yeah.
Love those moments. Springboard onto the ladder.
Ooh.
Kennedy. It's CM Punk. I don't know what he called it, but it's basically
Mic
the downward spiral, right?
He called it the mic drop.
Jericho. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Ooh.
Backstabber. And everyone's down. Here comes MVP. Save us, Y2J.
I'm just trying to remember. What was the other name for the backstabber?
I don't know. What was it?
I'm just trying. What?
Money in the Bank statement.
No, it was something like it was a backcracker.
I was thinking Sasha Banks used to call it the backstabber. Not the backstabber. She used to call it the bank statement.
No, bank statement was the submission.
Yeah, but she used to do it as like a combo, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, twist of fate. Get the contract, Matt.
Do a Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Matt Hardy will not die. I mean, if he's not in the ring, why is he wearing the elbow pads and wrist tape and all the rest of it?
Probably because he doesn't want to sort of injure himself on the landing.
No, because he wants everybody to know that he's a wrestler.
True. He wants to look the part.
Yeah, so when people replay his WrestleMania moment, he looks like himself.
Instead of a fan.
Yeah. Where are we going here? This is some Shelton Benjamin crap right here.
Now this is Morrison stuff.
This is some John Morrison shit right here.
Oh. Oh.
Not
Got
a
him
good
if you
day
got
to
him.
spend a Sunday night in Florida. I keep hearing Joey Styles on commentary and forgetting to mention him. Obviously, 3 announced teams on the docket right now. We've got
Taz.
Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. Has Taz moved to ECW with Joey Styles at this point?
I think so.
So who is commentating? So hold on. So who's commentating with Michael Cole on SmackDown? Apple.
You got me wondering now. You got me really wondering. Raw was Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
SmackDown was Michael Cole and Jonathan Coachman.
Oh, the coach.
Ooh.
Code breaker.
On the right ladders, though, as well. Although I do find it weird to hear Taz commentary without, but I digress.
Yeah. Nice. And if you are interested in more hot takes like that, make sure you watch our reactions to Botchamania episodes on the channel. Just subscribe to The Burning Truth and help us get to that 1,000 subscribers number that we're so desperate to get to. Please, please, please help us. It's free, guys. Just like and subscribe.
Yeah.
As Chris Jericho hammers away at CM Punk, as Punk tries to climb that ladder, Jericho on top just needs to reach up for the briefcase. Intercontinental champion already, but wants to be Mr. Money in the Bank as well. WrestleMania 24. Go on, baby. I've lost the briefcase now.
Oh.
Precarious position. Precarious position.
Oh.
Very clever, Punk. And we have a Mr. Money in the Bank.
And the irony of it is, do you remember earlier when I said there's a record breaker?
Yeah.
It is none other than CM Punk.
And he's the only 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Is that right?
Not actually, technically, it's not just one record, it's 2.
Go on.
He is the only 2-time Money in the Bank winner, but he's also the one who did it back to back.
Ah, yeah, okay.
He was the only one who...
Not the only person to have cashed in twice and won, though.
No.
Because Edge also did that.
Yes, because the weird thing about it is, the person who's cashed it in twice, even though he wasn't in, he got taken out of the match, but he managed to win it off Kennedy.
That's right, yeah.
Would be Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was back to back too, but he didn't win 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches for it. So
no.
As we are heading up to 45 minutes, currently at 44 minutes and 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 45 minutes dead. So if you're watching along, listening along with us. That Matt Hardy running, I didn't expect that. I've forgotten all about that.
Do you know what I've just remembered?
What?
Do you know who is the master of ceremonies of this event is? Not the ring announcer. The Master of Ceremony.
No, I don't think I do.
Related to certain Sasha Banks.
Oh, is it Snoop Doggy Dogg?
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Punk. Money in the Bank. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the original plan either.
No.
Is this the WrestleMania following the Rumble where he returns as number 30 and he should have been injured for loads longer?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is actually, I'm just trying to think, is this what? This is one of the rare events where Cena isn't WWE champion in WrestleMania.
Well, no, he's normally the challenger, isn't he? So when he faced The Miz, he was the challenger. When he faced The Rock, he was the challenger. When he faced JBL, he was the challenger. He's the challenger in this one. I think he's normally the challenger, actually.
You know what? Yeah.
Here come the it's the Briscoes. All of Fame.
Oh no. I tried. I think I just might have remembered why. It's a weird one.
Go on.
Oh, no spoilers.
Mae Young
has come back. This could technically be the start of the shade of The Rock and Cena.
Is this where The Rock inducted his dad?
Yes.
Soul Man Rocky Johnson. Hi, Chief. Oh. Yeah, but watch Young Rock.
Yeah. Good watch.
Woo! What'd you say? Sorry, mate.
It's a good watch.
Yeah.
So I just had to pause for a minute myself then because I'm just now thinking I'm getting like one of the feels from when I was watching it that time when I was watching it live. Oh. Wonderful career.
I wish he'd stopped.
Yeah.
And I know we got a half decent TNA run and we got Ric Flair's last match. But
the Pink.
Oh. Here come the Hall of Famers, the Briscoes.
Yep.
Jack and Jerry. Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Hey, and he left the dress at home.
Hey, if he wanted to hook you, you'd be hooked.
Oh, definitely.
Just biding me time here, because when we get to the big matches, I'm standing up and start the cage music. Dum, 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 dum. One of the better classes of the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. Gordon Soley. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
Are you behind?
Only slightly.
I think I've just got you back up to date. I've just got myself the same as you.
Well, just match what's on the screen.
Yeah, I already did.
Just make sure I'm where I am as well.
Oh,
There we go. Mae Young. Go on, May. Put your clothes back on.
so
Oh, she was so up for a laugh, wasn't she?
she was always such a good joker, and
There she is.
oh,
Is she there? On the left. Woo! Yep. One very famous Ashley Flair now named Charlotte.
No,
Whether they're wooing or booing.
If I'm not mistaken, one of them not many wrestlers liked, and the other one is unfortunate. I think is one of them. Is he not around anymore?
Yeah, passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, which is such a shame.
Yeah, huge.
But,
sad, very sad.
Yeah, but seeing Charlotte there, it's just
Matt Burns, it's Todd Grisham. Remember Todd Grisham? Snoop Doggy Dogg, Double Dizzle. I'm so white. I'm having the time of my life, homie.
The bunnies.
Oh, here's Festus. Mr. Todd Grisham.
Snoopy, the dog.
Don't try the funny business. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, man. I'm so glad he reinvented himself as Big Doc Gallows and then Luke Gallows. McFizzle.
Love it.
Who will win the triple threat match for the WWE Championship? It's a good question. Right, next question, Matt Burns. Although there's a question on the screen, I'm going to ask one to you and to our listeners and viewers. Please post in the comments below. What is your favorite WrestleMania venue? And while you're thinking about it, I'm just going to let everybody know that if you are watching along, we're currently at 55 minutes and 9, 10, 11 seconds, so you can sync up with us. It's now time for SmackDown versus Raw.
You got me thinking now.
Let me holler at your player. Holla, holla, holla. One
For
of
me,
one of the most underrated entrances in wrestling here, Matt Burns.
oh no. Batista still loves the song. He says he still loves it. He says when he's going for action scenes for his movies, he sticks this on right before he can get himself pumped up.
It's epic. And the pyro, the whole thing.
And it's saliva as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Danger. And just let me say this, not generic rock music.
Right, it's generic metal that I really dislike.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not generic metal music.
It suited him, suited the character.
Exactly.
I walk alone. I get it. And it's got a bit of a better riff than most generic metal songs.
Right, I'm going to answer.
You know, I don't want to start any hate, but it's not trivium, at least, is it? Do you know what I mean? Right, go on. Let's have your answer.
I'm going to answer 2 questions.
Ooh, go on.
Because the second question I answered, which was the superstar in the Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah.
I need to answer the where do I rank JBL?
Oh, yeah.
Of the Trash Talkers.
And where do you rank him?
And yeah, in the venue. I would say he is a really good high ranking, JBL is, because he had a way to insult you in such viciousness. And for somebody who went from a cowboy beer drinking and everything, he increases vocabulary to such elevated levels and was such a great trash talker. He knows how to belittle you. He knows how to rip you up and leave you to dust. So I'd say very, very high. I'd say close to my top 10. My top 10. But for my favorite WrestleMania venue, I've got to go for the all-time number 1 venue. It's got to be the classic MSG, Madison Square Garden, because for me that's always been an absolutely phenomenal venue.
Why is it so good for WrestleMania, though?
I forgot about that.
What?
I forgot about that.
What?
William Regal just announced Umaga.
Yeah.
And
Umaga.
Regal just announced him as Umaga. Wow.
New one here, Matt Burns, for me to try tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Right. Umaga versus Batista.
If ever WrestleMania venue, MSG.
Why though? Why is it the best WrestleMania venue?
It's always had the history.
Is it the history that does it? Because it's not the biggest venue. It's not necessarily the loudest. It's the Garden.
It's the Garden. It's the history. It's still a spectacle, regardless of if it's a WrestleMania or if it's a Monday Night Raw, if it was a SmackDown. The MSG has always been a spectacle of itself.
I feel a bit sorry for these two in this match, actually, because it's almost like, well, we've got nothing for Batista on SmackDown. We've got nothing for Umaga on Raw. Let's chuck them together. Now,
my question for you is, what's your favorite WrestleMania venue?
What is my favorite WrestleMania venue? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, at the end of this match.
Okay.
Let me have some time to think about it. Umaga. I think it's a travesty that he was never champ, as Batista takes a horrible bump off the apron.
Yeah.
Travesty that Umaga was never the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. Umaga, yeah.
Umaga. Rough bump.
The WrestleMania question is really interesting, because it would be really easy to just say, my favorite WrestleMania was in Philly. We watched it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, if you remember.
Yeah.
And it was an arena, not a stadium. But it would be really easy for me to say that, but I don't think it is my favorite. And I think my favorite is actually going to catch you off guard. I tell you where was another good one. SoFi Stadium that they had WrestleMania a couple of years ago when Roman beat Cody in the main. Was it LA, SoFi Stadium? I really enjoyed that actually. But
SoFi.
Yeah, is it SoFi Stadium?
I mean Sun Life.
No, SoFi. Well, I don't know if it's Sun Life now. It was SoFi. Where they had WrestleMania 39. Cody versus Roman 1.
Give me a minute. Yep, you were right. SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, it would be really easy for me though just to say, oh, WrestleMania 15 because it was at the First Union Center in Philly and it was, my favorite one. But it wasn't probably the best, although it did have the best Rock Austin match. So forget 17, forget 19. 15 is the one. Make sure you go back and watch it. Our watch along sort of proves it, really, doesn't it, Matt Burns? Give it 5 out of 5 sausages because the finish is perfect. That's what makes it. The finish is perfect.
Angers. What sausages?
Oh, sorry. Just thinking of other good shouts. WrestleMania 17's got a really good stadium, hasn't it? Well, arena. It was the
17. That was the
Astrodome, wasn't it?
Reliant Astrodome.
Yeah, the Houston Astrodome they called it at the time, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was really good. The crowd was hot all night. Good arena that was. But was it the best WrestleMania?
Well,
probably.
The weird thing about it was, you mentioned the Reliant Astrodome. The Reliant Astrodome also did WrestleMania 25.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, they went back to it for 25.
Yep.
Well, we might watch that at some point, but tonight we're solely focused on WrestleMania 24. And right now, Umaga's got Batista in a nerve hold, which must hurt because I hear that Batista's nerves are as big as his long. Oh, Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, so just heard Michael Cole talking about Vicky Guerrero as the general manager. We just had Teddy Long in the ring. So this must be where Teddy Long is sort of the assistant to Vicky Guerrero as the general manager. And through that, that's probably how Edge has got the title match against The Undertaker later in the night. Or was Edge the champion? Either way, Edge is the main eventer on SmackDown because of his relationship with Vicky Guerrero, right? And I say all that to ask you the question, how big's Batista's dick?
Average.
Big headbutt by Umaga.
And
Samoa
Edge went into this one as the champion.
That's right, yeah.
because there was a big reveal that Edge had been cheating on Vicky Guerrero, and this was the payback.
Wow.
But if I'm not mistaken, this was almost a monumental WrestleMania.
Mm. Oh, yeah, because this was the one that they nearly did it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask another big question for the chat and for the comments below. I'm going to type it in here.
Ooh.
I want you to answer it too here, Matt Baines.
There you
The
go.
question is, Jacob Fatu or Umaga?
That's tough.
Oh,
That's
hits
tough,
the
that
post.
is.
Spinebuster.
It's tough because
thumbs.
What's interesting is
oh my God, that nearly went so wrong.
Umaga was phenomenal, right? And he was for a big man.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Umaga was light on his feet, but
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu is on another level for high flying. And he is. Especially with the mighty moonsault. On the mighty, yeah. I am going to have to go. I love Jacob Fatu.
I love you, Solo. That's so close to going wrong, that powerbomb.
Oh, it was. But the difference is, I am not taking anything away from, Umaga, because in his own right, he was such a good worker, such a good.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
And it's such a shame he never won the WWE Championship. Should have.
Definitely should have. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler here talking about an announcement. Oh, it's anything goes. Mayweather versus Big Show.
I think that was a really smart idea, though. Making it a no rules match. I do.
Yeah, agreed. $39 wins, no draws, no knockouts, with 25 knockouts. Sorry, 39 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, with 25 knockouts. Ooh. Joey Styles, man. Here we go. Here's your battle royal, Matt Baines. There's Cody in the ring. Yellow boots, black trunks.
Oof.
Whoa. Is that the Pope?
Yep.
Just seen Trevor Murdoch in the background as well. Wow.
Mark Henry.
Carly. Did you see the video went viral this week?
What?
Mark Henry was DJing, and Joe Hendry appeared and started singing, "I believe in Mark Henry."
No, have you not heard the other one?
I've seen the Hulk Hogan one. I wasn't going to mention it, but
Yeah. However,
Tony Chimmel. It's Tony Chimmel.
oh,
Armando Alejandro Estrada.
what's he doing now?
Estrada? No idea. Oh, Chavo. El Paso, Texas. When did they swap to the ugly belt?
Interesting.
When did they swap from the nice belt to the ugly belt? ECW.
You got me wondering now.
Was it when Kane was champion that they swapped it?
No. No. You got me now wondering when it was.
Do you know what we should watch along at some point, Matt Burns? And I'm unsure how you feel about it, but I think it might be a good idea. Maybe towards the end of this year, we should definitely watch along ECW December to Dismember. Talked about as the worst WWE pay-per-view of all time.
It is, but it's still oof.
Thanks if you're watching along live with us. Currently watching WrestleMania 24 from 2008. The clock on the screen is where we are roughly in our stream, so you can watch along, use us as a second stream, or use us as alternate commentary as Kane makes his way to the ring. Music just hit. We're currently at the 1 hour mark, 13 minutes and 8, 9, 10 seconds. And we've got the ECW Championship being defended. Chavo Guerrero versus Kane, who's just come from behind Chavo. And I'm not sure this is going to last too long, Matt Burns.
It doesn't. It was 2008.
Big choke slam.
There you go.
New ECW champion.
I don't think it was Kane who changed it. I'm actually wondering if it was either Mark Henry.
Was Mark Henry ECW champion?
Yes.
Madness.
Yes, because Mark Henry was the one who took it off Kane.
Wow. Well, somebody had to, I suppose. Right, so I didn't tell you, so I'll tell you now, Matt Burns. My favourite WrestleMania venue. Still interested?
Go on.
Okay, the reason for this is I think genuinely when this happened, WrestleMania had the best crowd the year it happened. It's also really iconic for a couple of big things that happened in the night. Most notably, though, the heist of the century. So for me, it's Levi Stadium, WrestleMania 31.
Oh,
I think it was a really interesting show in that it started light, and I think pretty much the first 3/4 of the night are in the light, and it isn't until that last couple of matches that the darkness starts setting in.
yeah.
But I just remember the crowd reaction to the Randy Orton Seth Rollins RKO off the stomp. Obviously, Seth joining the main event and pulling off the heist of the century. Also, what we were talking about last week on the podcast, the potential Liv Morgan WrestleMania moment as part of Triple H's Terminator entrance. as he wrestled Sting that year, didn't he? So Sting's only WrestleMania match that night as well. So, yeah. Oh, Carlito's wrestling a pigeon and losing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much how his career is going currently in the Judgment Day.
But he's got more abs now.
Yeah, he's just got so much. He's got a little bit more hair and so much more muscles.
Much more muscles, although his muscles got broken in half recently.
Mm.
I wonder if Carlito got done by animal cruelty there.
No, mate. I think the plastic pigeon was okay.
Although he's just given him a receipt.
A poopy receipt. That's so Raven.
What it is.
That's how I would act.
Could you blame me?
While Raven's talking, just have a quick swig of a drink.
Hey there. Yeah.
They can't stand up, Raven. Most of them are in wheelchairs. Just no need for that, is there?
I thought you could see into the future.
That's lovely that they did this, though. Really nice moments. While we're
Yeah.
talking about it, though, Matt Burns, I've got other questions. Who is the best WWE ECW champion in your opinion?
Oh, WWE ECW champion.
Yeah.
You've got me wondering now.
Let us know in the comments below or in the live chat if you're watching along with us.
I know one individual is definitely not. It'll never be Ezekiel Jackson. And you know why?
Why?
As soon as he got it got deactivated. He didn't even have it for a day. You literally got it and bye-bye, ECW.
God.
For me, I'm stuck between a few individuals. Punk was a good one.
Okay.
Big Show was interesting because that was a record-breaking one. First one to have WWE, WCW, and ECW.
Yep.
But for me, under the WWE banner, and it's such a shame his title run came to such a short end due to being arrested. Rob Van Dam.
Was Kurt Angle the ECW champion?
Nope.
He went over there, didn't he? But he never won the title.
Yeah, he never won it. Matt Hardy did it. He won it. Christian won it twice. Jack Swagger won it.
Jake Hager.
Yep. Tommy Dreamer.
Wait there. Say Jack Swagger again.
Jack Swagger.
We the people.
But I just couldn't fathom that, the whole swagger. Because It's an individual with a lisp. So they gave him a name that he can't even pronounce himself.
I liked this story. The next time you lose, your career's over. Added loads of jeopardy.
It did.
If I can't compete with the best, then I don't want to compete at all. Brilliant package, this.
Yeah.
Just a warning though, Matt Burns, we may have to break midway through this match.
No. Oh, no, it's close. It might be close.
Might be.
Oh, brutal.
Slapping the crap out of him.
Just
fantastic story.
Yeah.
You know, for me, one of the best told stories of certainly this era. I think the whole is Macadam Rickles McFlair. I mean, we didn't know at the end, did we? We didn't know at the time, but obviously CTE played a huge part in Mike Adamley.
Yeah.
Be Ric Flair. Matt, is this the most emotional WrestleMania match of all time?
It's one of. It's definitely one of. It's got
What do you mean it's one of? What else? What else could possibly compare?
You got the whole Mysterio getting the big win.
Okay. Do you think that was as emotional as this was?
No. I'm just saying it's an emotional. I'm just saying it's in the top.
Okay.
No, if I look back at it, this has got to be the most easily.
The only thing that I put anywhere near this is Cody beating Roman last year.
That's a good one. Then you also got Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Is another good one.
I can't say I was as emotional about that, but it was.
No. It was an epic moment.
Yeah.
But for pure emotion, I'm going to go with this one.
I would maybe, and topical as well, because it's going into the Hall of Fame this year, the first match to be going in the Hall of Fame. But the Bret Hart Stone Cold match from WrestleMania 13, equally emotional, the double turn. Maybe not as emotional as this or the Cody one. They would probably be my. I'm sure we call this something actually, don't we? They would maybe be my. They would be my top
100%.
three. They would be my
100%.
top three. Absolutely. Yeah. So WrestleMania 13, Austin Rock as number 3, Cody winning against Roman number 2, and then this probably number 1 most emotional WrestleMania match. I don't think I've got another one that was like that big for me.
This is our main event.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
if you are listening or watching along with us, the clock currently says we're watching at 1 hour, 26 minutes and 4, 5, 6 seconds. So you can sync up with us using us as an alternate commentary or a second screen while you're watching WrestleMania 24, the best 24th WrestleMania ever.
yeah. Of course. The only 24th, but never mind. Anyway, that aside,
yeah.
This just in.
Thank you
very much for the comment. Voltage Wrestling.
What's your favorite match in the last 10 years? Favorite match the last 10 years. I really enjoyed Cody Roman too.
Yeah.
Equally, if we're going the last 10 years, I'm not sure whether this will be in the last 10 years.
This isn't. Nope, this isn't.
Not this one. Hold on. Voltage Wrestling, you're making me Google something here now. I need to know when. When was this? What year?
Yeah.
Hold on. What year? Oh, it just makes it in. It just makes it in. Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's great. Really good one, Voltage Wrestling. So I'll put them on the screen, actually. What's your favorite WrestleMania match in the last 10 years? And then it was Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell. My two are Cody Roman from last year's WrestleMania and Sasha Banks versus Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn NXT, the first one, which just gets in at 2015.
The Flowers.
Yeah, just gets in, that does. So yeah, that's my other favorite, I think, the last 10 years.
You know
Equally,
what?
It's been amazing having CM Punk back in the WWE.
Yeah.
But
Drew and Punk was such a great one. And it really was.
Yeah,
because
every match there was good.
Now, the reason why I think that was amazing about it is they actually had an angle over a bracelet and made it matter.
Yeah.
So a great bit there. Definitely.
But here's an H walking that aisle. Does it take away from this match, guys, right? Matt Burns and anyone watching, Voltage Wrestling, for example. It was a cool bracelet. Yes, it was Voltage Wrestling. Does it take away from this match and the emotion of Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, the retirement match for Ric Flair? Does it take away from it the fact that he did the bits in TNA after, and then we had the last match with Jeff Jarrett, etc., with the Jim Crockett Promotions branding a few years later? Has it taken away from this match and the emotion of this on a rewatch?
For WWE, because this was technically his last match in WWE.
Yeah.
So there's still that factor. So part of it, I don't think it does take away from it.
Okay.
But it does take away a little bit because it's not his final match.
No, and that's it. So he had the run in TNA, and then, he obviously had Ric Flair's last match with Jeff Jarrett, etc. I think Conrad sorted that out, didn't he? But I just wonder if it takes away from this match and the legacy of this match. It's one of my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time, this.
Yeah. And it was a perfect send-off, exactly like what Voltage Wrestling just stated, because he just said, yeah, definitely, he might not have liked Flair, but the match was amazing and a perfect send-off, because it really was a perfect send-off.
Voltage, I feel like I am judging you here for never liking Ric Flair. each to their own and all that, but I would be really interested in your reasons why.
Maybe he's a fan of Bret Hart.
Oh, I hate Bret Hart.
Ooh.
Big hip toss. Woo! What that aisle.
I think this would have been the perfect. If this was his last match, this would have been the perfect to end the career on. Understandable. Voltage Wrestling. He's more of a Rey Mysterio fan. So, you're off. But, like I said, just for send-offs, I feel as though this would have been, if this was Ric Flair's last match, this would have been perfect to end his career.
You don't see Rey Mysterio having 60-minute Broadways, though, do you? I get that we get luchadors, fast-paced matches, but Flair's bleeding. But equally, there's no way Rey Mysterio or any of the luchadors are going to wrestle a 60-minute Broadway. Be the touring NWA champion, pulling houses in, right across the country. Penta, oh man.
Penta's a good one. Ray Phoenix.
I mean, he's not in the same league as Ric Flair, though, guys.
No. I wasn't saying that. I'm saying you've got stamina, is what we're saying. Yeah. But like I said, it's Ric Flair. For me, Flair he's phenomenal for me. And I think what also was really special is the gear that Flair's currently wearing in this match.
Voltage Wrestling, I'll forgive you if you like the video below and subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we're inclusive because we even let people subscribe who don't like Ric Flair and think somehow Penta's a better wrestler than him.
I don't think he's saying that. I think he's just saying he's a really he can do. I don't think he's saying he's better. No.
Thanks, Voltage.
We appreciate it. But the weird thing about it is, as I was saying,
I'm only jesting.
He knows. But what I find interesting is Ric Flair very rarely. Was this one of the rare outings of Flair being in his blue gear? And most matches when he wore his blue gear, he usually won.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't.
It was his favorite color.
Right.
Ooh,
big drop kick.
There we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
God's sakes.
You know that incident when Shawn looked off, you're like, I regret that.
Yeah, that's one of them, innit? It's a bit like, do you know what that bump reminds me of? The one from the casket match with the Undertaker that goes horribly wrong.
Yes. Ooh. Just. Oh.
The showstopper just stopped his own show.
Show.
Here we go. Voltage got another message in the chat now. What's your favourite Ric Flair era? My favourite Ric Flair era. I actually really like his first run in the WWE, WWF as the Real World's Champion. We recently watched, I say recently, quite a while ago now, in the archives you'll find it. We watched the 1992 Royal Rumble. Which Ric Flair wins. You got to be fair to Flair.
I was just about to say, you got to be fair to Flair era.
Yeah. But yeah, the Real World's Champion in WWE, 1992 Ric Flair, 91, 92 Ric Flair. Yeah, that's my favorite by an absolute mile. Bobby Heenan, Flair, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Such a
the
good one.
WrestleMania match with the Macho Man. Which I always think it's a shame we never got Hogan Flair. At that point.
For me, I would say it was during the time when he was in. I'd say for me, when he was Four Horsemen, prior to
Yeah, he was in Evolution. He was in Four Horsemen, and obviously
Yeah.
singles. I much prefer Ric Flair as a single. Yeah, 1000%. But you know,
Oh, no.
Evolution, great group. Four Horsemen, great group.
No, he was a singles wrestler even while he was under the Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
still
he was
did
the world
singles.
champ at that point. He was the
Yeah.
lead, wasn't he? But even so, I liked him on his own.
Yeah.
And then the next question here, Matt Burns. What's your favourite Rumble? Oh. Have we done
Royal
this in
Rumble.
top three before?
Wait. Is this Royal Rumble event or Royal Rumble match? Because we've got to define that. Because
hi, Oshan. Welcome. We're watching WrestleMania 24. We're currently 1 hour, 36 minutes, 32, 33, 34 seconds in.
Match.
Favorite Royal Rumble match is the question, Matt Burns.
Because if it was event, right, I would have automatically gone for a certain Royal Rumble that you know I love. Main event being a certain street fight.
Yeah, you'd say 2000, yeah?
Yeah. Easily. I'm just trying to think.
My favorite Royal Rumble match, I think, is 04, which is the Benoit win, which is controversial. But it is where Kane gets distracted by the gong of the Undertaker. And it's the first time we knew that he was going to be coming back as the dead man. We also had Mick Foley come out in that Rumble and eliminate Randy Orton as they built towards the Randy Orton, Mick Foley series of matches.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember mine.
I also like 02. 02 is good as well with the Triple H return. In case you've forgotten, I am the game. It's very recent, but I love this year's. Yeah, this year's was a really good Rumble.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was good.
Big win by Jay. You know, the most star power I can remember for a long time. What was the year when Brock was eliminating everyone and then Keith Lee nearly got him out? Then Ricochet and Drew McIntyre eliminated him. Was that the same Rumble as Edge's return? Or can I change my mind to the year that Edge returned?
No. I'm nicking that one. I was literally looking for it just.
That moment was like chills,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Voltage says 2020. Yeah. I mean, if that's the same, yeah, it was the same one. Or was 2019 Edge's return, 2020? I don't know. Either way, whichever one that was, that's the one I like. There's too many good Rumbles. The Rumble match is phenomenal. The first women's Rumbles match, the Oscar one. Woo! Going to say something controversial here, Matt Burns.
2020.
Yeah. Going to say something controversial here, Matt Burns. I don't like chops. So if the idea of wrestling, is to make stuff look as real as possible without hurting each other, chops doesn't look painful, but is. What the hell are we doing? It's like the opposite.
The problem that we've got there is that even though technically there's a rule that is synonymously broken near enough in every match now in WWE, because some have even got them as finishes, but technically a closed fist is actually an illegal move. Oh, no.
Gunters aren't chops.
They're not chops. I
military
literally said this
weapons.
No, they're not chops. I actually dubbed them as cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Because he hits you with that, that's it. Bear in mind, Punk tapped out to them.
It's more of a gimmick with Gunther, similar to when Big Show used to do them. Big hand slaps.
But the difference is a punch is technically an illegal move, but it's just Gunther has been absolutely phenomenal, just point out. But for me, I remember him from, his prior to his Gunther years when he was Walter. Ooh.
Hesitated because he didn't want to put him out.
Yeah.
And now pulls him into the figure four. That hesitation cost him. And if he tapped out here, they could have kept the story going, but that wasn't it. Voltage Wrestling, I love Gunther so much. Woo! In about 5 minutes, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break on the stream. We're actually going to join back. Make sure you subscribe to us because we're going to join back on a separate link, a separate stream. So follow the channel. That one starts at 10 p.m. exactly. So we're going to stop in about 5 minutes and we're going to start this again. We're going to resume where we left off at bang on 10 o'clock on the other stream. So,
well, we've got another question.
Best mask in history. Ooh. Got to be Rey Mysterio, right? I hate to cut the question short, but I mean, either that or Mr. America.
No. Best wrestling mask.
El Grande Americano. Los Conquistador Dos. I prefer Dos to Uno. I'm not sure why.
It's because you're like a good number two.
El Grande Americano. I said the same thing, Voltage. I think we're on the same wavelength here, bud. Genuinely, I do. Big chop from Shawn Michaels to Ric Flair. Must have been nice for Charles Robinson to ref this match. For me, hero to him, wasn't he?
Hang on. Best mask in history. And yet nobody even thinks about this one. What about Ultimo Dragon or Kane?
Oh, I was going Kane. That's where I thought you were going with it.
I was going to go with Kane. Well, better yet, Mankind.
It's a good one.
But for me, for history, it's between two. Yes, Rey Mysterio is considered the greatest, but I am going to throw in two names. Well, I'm going to throw in one, actually, because this is an iconic one. Eddie Guerrero's even worn it. Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask, good shout. We're actually going to stop, Matt Burns, bang on 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
So we're coming up in about 55 seconds. We're going to press pause. And we're going to rejoin the stream at 10 o'clock, bob on. Please join us again at 10 o'clock if you so wish. We're going to watch the rest of WrestleMania 24. I'm just going to take a quick wee break. That is the big plan.
Yep. So I will say, good question, Voltage Wrestling. Very good question.
Yeah, Kane's a good shout, but I think Rey Mysterio. I don't know. It can't be Rey Mysterio.
Oh, no, he is. I'm just picking something, so I'm not picking the same.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Tiger Mask for me.
Nice.
But another one that...
Flair taking out Shawn Michaels' knee there.
Oh, definitely.
Right, we're counting down to the finish now. We're going to pause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pause.
There we go. We're paused at 1 hour, 45 minutes of WrestleMania 24. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to continue watching 10 o'clock bob on the stream. Please come and join us again. Make sure you subscribed below. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you would help us, that'd be really appreciated. It's free to do, so like and subscribe, and we'll be back at 10 p.m. on the other stream. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
See you in a minute.